their stand was earlier. It shifted. It was that a law has to be enacted for the Ram Mandir to be built at the disputed site. Now they say we're going to do it through mutual consent and dialogue and stuff. What is your opinion?
Well, I want to make two comments on it. I don't think any political party should have any religious agenda in its manifesto. Any political party which talks of a Ram Mandir or a Hanuman Mandir or a Sikh Gurdwara or a masjid is a blatantly communal party. We are in a secular state. Politics must be dissociated from religion. Religion is a private belief. I believe in one God, you may believe in another God. No political party which is going to rule the country, or which hopes to rule the country, which is presently in power, can talk of the future and talk of a mandir in its manifesto. The genie has come out of the bag. They are a rank communalist party, and this country should rise up against these kind of promises in the manifesto. What do you mean by saying that we will do it by mutual negotiation? What does that mean?
Mr. Vajpayee says that.
And Mr. Advani says you will have a Ram Mandir in 6 months' time. That's what the public statement he makes. So, if it's going to be by mutual negotiation, then how can Mr. Advani says in 6 months' time you will have the Mandir? This is again a falsehood. You see, these people like Goebbels state a falsehood, repeat it, and expect the people to believe it.
And what about their claim of saying that NDA is committed to making India a riot-free state? And
What? A riot-free state?
A riot-free state, and that these 5 years, the country has witnessed the lowest number of incidences of.
I have to applaud them. I must congratulate the Prime Minister for all the innocent people that were killed in Gujarat. If he claims that this is a great achievement, then I must applaud the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister should publicly apologize for what happened in Gujarat if he talks about a riot-free India. These people, in fact, they breed on rioting. I can give you 10 reports of various commissions that have sat throughout the history of India where they say that the RSS is the root cause of riots in India. Not just one, at least 10 commission reports of sitting judges or retired judges of courts, either of the Supreme Court or of the High Court. You see, they have bred with riots because unless there is communal tension, you see, the British in this country used to adopt a policy of divide and rule. That's how they used to rule this country. The BJP has adopted a policy of rule and divide. No different from the British. This is the basis of their entire. How did they grow from 2 to the present strength in 1984? Because they started the Ram Mandir movement in 1989. Please ask them. Did Veer Sarwarkar ever talk about the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya? Did Guru Golwalkar ever talked about Ram Mandir? Did Hedgewar talked about the Ram Mandir? They created a problem and now they want to take the credit of solving it.
Now, they say that they're going to introduce a legislation which will prevent persons of foreign origin from occupying top posts. What is this? A clear agenda to keep.
Well, let's put it this way. If they are serious about their manifesto, then surely in the last 2 months they should have talked about development, progress, the economy, sectors of the economy, what they are going to do about it. But you and me know, in the last 2 months, the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Law Minister, the to-be Mr. Pramod Mahajan, What Minister, have only talked about 2 issues, namely the foreign origin of Mrs. Gandhi and the Ram Mandir and Bofors now. Now you tell me, if this is their manifesto, why is it that they are talking about issues which have no relevance to the ordinary men in this country who are dying of hunger, and they want to make India into a superpower? I'd like to know what is their definition of a superpower, where 300 million people are underemployed? Is that their definition of superpower? Where 260 million people which is almost the population of the United States, lives below the poverty line? Is that their meaning of superpower? How are they going to achieve this? Where children between the 6 and 9, 4 and 9 are the most undernourished children in the world. That's their meaning of superpower? Where women in this country are denied public access to the health system. Is that their meaning of superpower? Please tell us, how will you make India into a superpower? Just don't talk to people and give them dreams which you cannot possibly achieve because you are interested only in making money. Look at the kind of things that have happened in the last 5 years, the kind of corruption that has taken place in this country has never seen before. Now, only just the other day, they again raised up the bogey of Bofors, when Bofors is dead and gone. A High Court verdict has said there is nothing in it. Now, they have no respect for the High Court. They have no respect for judges in this country. They want to believe a foreign correspondent who said that he repeated this he had already said this in 1998 when the CBI was under their control and the CBI was investigating the matter. Today, there is no case. Sonia Gandhi is not an accused, yet their entire propaganda, forget the manifesto, is what? Is Bofors. And look what they have done in contrast. They can only talk about Bofors as far as the Congress party is concerned, which is dead and gone. What about Judev? Today, Judev was standing on the same platform of Advani. I saw television today. He is resurrected Judev. What about Bangaru Lakshman? What about Tehelka? What about George Fernandez? What about the defense deals? What about the AK-47 where the Home Ministry is directly involved? What about the allotments made, 470 crores lost to this country because of allotments made to RSS people and BJP people? What about allotments of petrol pumps? I mean, this is a government which is enmeshed which is just full of scams that this country has never seen before. So their real agenda is come to power by any means. No holds barred campaign, personalized campaign. The Prime Minister doesn't choose to apologize, though he says people should not talk about it, but his own people the next day talk about it, repeat the same things. So he's trying to have the high moral ground, right? But lower down everybody talks about it. They have no agenda. I mean, what is written there is not in their mind. The only thing in their mind is how to retain power, and after retaining power, how to make money. That's their agenda.
What about the industry, the feeling of the industry which says that, yes, feel good is happening?
One second. That is exactly the point. What does that mean to you and me? The industry, because of liberalization, is certainly feeling good because they are there to make more money. They are entering into fields of activity that were not open to them in the past, right? And therefore, as far as they are concerned, they are feeling good, and we are very happy that the rich are feeling good. But this country doesn't just consist of industry. I believe this country has more than 1 billion people. And as I told you, of those billion people, maybe 10 crores, 15 crores are feeling good. But what about 80 crores of people in this country? Are they feeling good? What about the ordinary Kisan? Is he feeling good? And I don't say that the rich should not feel good. They should feel good, and I congratulate this government for making the rich feel good. I congratulate them. But I must also draw their attention to the fact that the only people in this country who should feel good are not the rich alone. Everybody in India should feel good. Mr. Vajpayee, think of the ordinary man. Think of making him feel good, and do something in your rule, which of course now you are not going to be in power after May 13. So all these manifestos will be ultimately put in the dustbin of history.
Now finally, with BJP gaining so much ground on the manifesto itself, do you think
Gaining ground?
It is.
In what way?
Ram Mandir features here.
That's gaining ground.
Gaining ground on the NDA, the alliance.
Not at all. The NDA partners are the bonded labor of the BJP. To agree to this Ram Mandir means what? They have now become the bonded labor of the BJP, and they must answer the people of this country. And how are they gaining ground? Mr. Advani's Yath Ratra went to Ayodhya. Just ask him how many people were there. Just ask him. There was nobody there to greet him. This is the kind of gaining ground that you are talking about. This Rath of his has broken down several times, and I am little worried for him. He may never reach Gandhinagar to file his nomination, depending on the quality of the Rath.